Happy Saturday, everyone. Today I am bringing you the truth about Good Harvest secret human meat processing plant. Yes, you heard me right. But before we get right into the video, the question for today is, to what extreme will you be coerced to do unusual thing that you will feel so comfortable doing due to the cost of living crisis in the UK or anywhere else, including eating human engineered meat? Hello my co-host, how are you doing? Welcome back to another review with Tellasis. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the truth about the Good Harvest secret human meat processing plant, which was a documentary aired at Channel 4 hosted by Gregg Wallace. Gregg Wallace is the popular food TV show host. According to him, he called it the MEATY Miracle. So in this review, I am going to be bringing you the truth behind this documentary. Why the truth? The truth because I came across a social media review where this individual is actually believing every aspect of this documentary. So I am here to tell you that this is a satirical documentary that is depicting the current standard of living in the UK due to the cost of living crisis. And as a matter of fact also, the cost of living crisis is not just hitting the UK, it is also happening in some other parts of the world. So this is a worldwide discussion, not just UK. In this review, I will show you the clips that show that this is a hoax, a pure hoax, and what sold it out as a satire, and the real deal that this video is trying to portray. In case you don't know what satire means, according to the dictionary, satire means the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. So this crude satire is directed to the cost of living crisis, the standard of living currently in the UK. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. I am waiting. Have you? Thank you. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, as I know the majority of you watching my video hasn't really subscribed. So please subscribe. It is absolutely free. And if you are coming across our channel for the first time, thank you. You are welcome. We do have a website called www.TellnotorTellasis.com where I post blogs and other topics in a more detailed way in case you like to read. And also there we have a community you can join to be able to be part of the activities that we do to support this channel. And also don't forget to hit the super chat. Also, if you want to engage with us on our social media, we have X, Thread, TikTok, Instagram. All links to our website and to this social media, they are all down the description section. And feel free to contribute your own opinion, because everything I am going to say in this video is solely my own opinion, and I don't know everything, so I stand to be corrected. And the only way you can correct me or you can contribute is using the comment section. So let's get right into this review.
How do you solve the cost of living crisis with engineered human meat?
Let's find out.
Magic.
This is where the magic happens. Hey, are you Mick? I'll come this way and I'll show you how it all works. I want to see everything. Oh, hello, Nutrient-Vac Centre, and your job is? Well, it processes thin slices of tissue in a nutrient-rich mix, which you see here, and then cells start to grow. So over a 24-hour period, these will slowly fuse together into one great big, what we call a cake.
So you're telling me that is human flesh?
Exactly.
But why human meat? Why not animal meat?
That's a very good question. We've got centuries of knowledge of human medicine at our side. We know more about humans than we do about animals. So we've mastered engineering human cells to make these structured flavours and sinews that we expect from the flavours of steaks we eat.
You expect to be feeding the nation with this. You are going to need a lot of donors.
Well, it's well in demand, and we've got a lot of people coming forwards, because the other great thing about it, it's an opportunity to be paid.
Would you ever consider donating yourself?
Yeah, maybe I would. I mean, I may have to. My bills are as high as anybody else's. You know, I've got a young family, I've got a daughter to feed, so...
Did you catch
Would
the
you
point
feed your
here?
family
They are
human
depicting the lies
steaks?
from the
Oh,
top.
yes, most definitely.
This is
Already
funny.
have.
After the donor's tissue samples are placed in the nutrient vat, they're stimulated with electrodes and left to grow at 40 degrees centigrade at the proving bay.
So, Greg, after a few hours, this is what we're left with.
Whoa! Mate, that's the biggest chunk of meat I've ever seen. I mean, scientifically, that's amazing, but in terms of food, that is stunning.
It is incredible, isn't it?
That is stunning. Look at it. And it's all been grown from the cells of just one person.
A hand to lift it out. There we go. 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Whoa, whoa, crying out loud.
We're going to take it over onto the...
This must be a relatively new process.
Oh, it is. I mean, under EU law, we couldn't possibly operate machines like this due to legislation, but thankfully now we're out. We can harvest people, and we can pay them for their flesh.
So what happens to this now?
Right, well, this will either be cut into steaks,
Did you
or
catch
it'll
this,
go off and be
Hugs?
processed
This
for
is a
sausages,
satire
burgers,
directed
you
to the
name it. You can do anything
disadvantages
with it.
Proper
of
space
leaving
age, this. So
EU
meets me up,
Brexit.
I've got to grips with the guts of you.
So there are lots of pointers in this particular episode that sold this out, that this is not real, that it's a hoax. At this juncture, few questions popped into my heart. The first one is, how do you really evaluate television shows so that you can segregate facts from fiction? How? To me, I would say it's really hard now, because common sense is no longer common. This is the reason why people will not really watch things in depth with interest, to be able to figure out that this is fiction, this is satire, that it is trying to expose something. And number two reason why people will actually agree this is because maybe in recent time we have seen people, after watching hoax like this, they will try to start living it out, or try to start doing it to make it seem like it is reality. But the fact is, in as much as this is a hoax, don't be surprised if you see someone trying to do this in the secret, because we don't know what is happening in those closed doors. Anyways, everything in this beginning part had already sold this out, that this is a hoax, and this is just an avenue to point out something. In fact, what I would deduce from this episode is the way Gregg Wallace was trotting down the processing hall with happiness and everything shows how the leaders always come out with flamboyancy, showing their disconnect from their lifestyle to reality, because they really don't understand what people are going through. So they can actually have all smiles and put up policies that they think is gonna work for people. Meanwhile, it isn't working, but to them it is working, because it is what they think is normal based on their lifestyle. So let's keep watching.
So we're just going to...
This is another point that is a hoax. Like, seriously, look at the way he licking his hand. Like, they are already selling it out at this point as well.
Sunday feast of 3 succulent steaks. Now the taste test could begin. Oh, beautifully cooked, of course, nicely presented. Should we both try this one first?
Okay, right, let's go.
These engineered steaks are grown from the cells of human donors who are paid for their flesh. But can we guess which sort of person each steak has been grown from?
Yeah, you've got to chew this one. I mean, this is really...
This steak is actually one of the cheaper ones in the range.
If it was 100% pure beef, I'd say that this was an animal that's got a certain age, and maybe a little bit stressed as well. It's quite strong flavour.
Well, I've actually got some tasting notes here. So look, these good harvest steaks have been cultivated from Alison, 45 years old, NHS nurse and part-time delivery driver. So very active. 2 jobs, which probably explains why the meat's a little stringy.
45 is not old, but it's not veal or a young cow, as it were.
What about steak B?
That looks nice.
Well, there's almost a sweetness to this.
It's tender, fattier, really tender.
I've got the tasting notes on this one as well. These Good Harvest steaks have been cultivated from Guy, 39 years old, was working in social services, now redundant, and I think this means that he's not moving around, is he? He's doing a lot of sofa sitting and telly watching, which has made him more relaxed, plumper. It's not good for Guy, I suppose, to be redundant like that, but it's great for us.
It's good eating.
I don't think this is about where in the country they come from. I think it's about the lifestyle.
Did you catch this one? This is another place where you will notice that this is a hoax. That sarcasm of it tastes good is portraying the attitudes of the people at the top compared to what the people at the bottom is facing. And then the steak where they said it is the meat from an NHS nurse and also a delivery driver. Come on, like this one sold out. It's trying to portray the poor pay scale of the NHS nurses, that they also, after the hard work of working at NHS, they still have to do extra job to meet up with the cost of living, because the pay scale they have is so poor that it's not enough for them, so they need to augment it, and because of that, life seems tough to them, and this is making the skin of their flesh look tougher. And the same thing with the second candidate, which he portrayed as Gaius, just age 39. He's been made redundant because of whatever reason, so all he does is lots of television watching and lots of relaxing, so his meat is tender, so he is more relaxed, so good for them to consume the meat, but bad for him because he is not living well anyway. He is living under support. I just like the way he is, the way he's using his expression to bring out every bit of reaction that we are seeing in the society today, comparing the people and the leaders.
Gillian is a 67-year-old retired receptionist, originally from Hornchurch. She lives with her grandson Jimmy and her housebound husband David.
Oh, my husband was a plasterer, but then after his back went, well, I ended up doing a lot for him. When the prices shot up, well, it buried us.
Did you see the poster on the wall in that video? Heating off. This is the normal living condition so many people at this age is facing, because some of them cannot really put in much effort to work anymore, and because of this, some of them can no longer afford the energy bill, and their heating is off. And we are very soon gonna get into winter, and this is gonna be the reality of so many people. And what is the government doing? Strutting around, smiling, all ears, making policies that may not truly help these individuals. So let's keep going and see how she is going to benefit from these engineered human meats.
With the money from her donation, Gillian will be able to pay for nearly 2 weeks of energy bill.
Just 2 weeks. And let's hear other people's reason and how much actually
Other
they are gonna
donors
make.
were finding out what their bodies could earn. What one single thing would they use their hard-earned dosh to fix?
Black mold in every room of the house.
So people have to succumb to what they see because there is no other way.
Tamara's company seeks to offer a helping hand to the economically deprived. It's nice. They want to disrupt the cost of living crisis by paying low-income individuals to have some of their flesh extracted. How did you get into this? I mean, it's not something that is natural career move, is it?
So my background is in elite healthcare, specializing in human cellular science. That combined with the cost of living crisis, the demand for cheaper meat, and voila, Good Harvest was born.
So you see, this is another satire. If you are a deep thinker, you will really be able to pick out the aspect of governance that they are trying to depict here.
Serious question, boss. Does it hurt?
It is pain subjective.
So, it hurts?
It's just pain subjective.
It's subjective.
We just need the right unity to pull themselves out of the crisis.
It is pain subjective. Doesn't this sound familiar to you? It means that when these people at the top are making policies, sometimes they know it is tough. They know the consequences of it, most times, but they still go ahead and do it, believing that after all, some people will still adapt to it. But what is the average? They can't tell and they don't really care. Let's keep going.
Hi, Gillian. How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay, listen up. Due to inflation, this Gillian's extraction will pay only 2 weeks' plan of her energy bill, but not the husband's baseline care. But she is going to get an amazing offer right now to supplement that, which will earn her extra 50% increase.
So one from the buttock and one from the upper thigh. Of course, that would result in a 50% uplift in fee. So how does that sound? 2 extractions, but it's the same recovery.
At this point, you can see Mr. Wallace's face. Like, he was worried for the woman and he was like, is it not going to be more painful? But the woman said, oh, it's pain subjective. So everything, remember, it is pain subjective. It doesn't matter. You're about to say, no, we don't want your opinion. It is what it is. Yeah, I understand. This is going to work perfectly well. Try it out. It is pain subjective. So some people will adapt, some people wouldn't adapt. It's normal. Let's say it's going to take 3 weeks to heal. The bill is going to last for 2 weeks. So in the 3rd week, she needs to come back to and do another one, and she will never get to heal. She will still continue giving in her pound of flesh, and no solution until she passes away. And this is exactly what it is. It's the same thing over and over again for years.
Michelle Ackley took to the streets of London to find out.
We're asking people how they're feeling, really, what the past few years have been like, how they manage their bills.
Pay doesn't go up, nothing. It's just everything else that goes up.
Oh, like over the winter, instead of putting the heat on, I've been sleeping with 2 duvets on the settee. The energy bill, because my supplier is gone sky high.
As the lunchtime rush began, it was time for Michelle to get the samples out.
Hi there, would you like to try some human meat? From human cells.
Okay.
Have a taste. It's from human cells. Interested in trying it?
Yeah, why not?
Let me know what you think.
It's really tender.
This is showing how easily people succumb to any alternative means to cut costs. Since human engineered meat is 99p, it's okay, c'est la vie, let's go for it, because it is affordable, it will help me to survive. Would you do it? So this is another place where the sellout is. Like, she brought it out in public, human meat, and people were readily available, willing to try it out. So this is another place where it is a big hoax, but also giving you a pointer of how humans are, just in the quest of adaptability. Anything goes, anything.
The medical team are overseeing Gillian's recovery.
Pain subjective reaction is at the upper end of moderate. Still within the normal range.
Gillian, you look $1 million.
Gillian is in pain, but just as usual, you look $1 million, and this is how they smile on top. You are okay, and they make policies that don't work, and people are in pain, and they keep on pushing you. It's okay, it's okay, it's not okay, because like Gillian, she is the only hand for her family. This is the situation of so many people, because they have nobody around them to help out. The fewer helping hands you have, the heavier and the more painful the crisis weight is upon you. This is our reality. But the leaders, do they understand this? I guess not. All they have to do is to sit up there and all tit. It's fine. You will be fine right there. My dear, don't be finished before you stop healing, because you never know how long it's gonna take. Help yourself. You can start farming. The video is right here if you want to learn how to farm. Now is the most interesting part of this documentary. Listen up.
The belly of the beast. Come on.
We're keeping our prices low while making our steaks even more succulent. What's our secret? It's well-fed children under the age of 6.
Look at his face.
We consider the womb nature's oven, preheating a delicious juicy donor until their flesh is ready to
Take note of his face. Take note of his face.
milk reared
and well rested, these children donate the best meat money can buy. It's all gravy, baby.
It's all gravy, baby, guys. This automatically will tell you that this isn't real. Like, who does this in the UK? Oh God, come off it. It's all gravy, baby, with kids. Have we lost it here? No, I can't believe it.
Do you miss it?
Now he can't clap. Do you want to know why he can't clap? Now take a look at him eating the the meat, the special meat. Take a look.
Which you actually had a taster of.
The mystery meat. Yeah, I don't mind telling you, that was fantastic. I've been lucky enough to taste Good Harvest's latest meat earlier. Oh, there we are. Like a knife through butter, that is. But I didn't yet know whose cells it had come from. The donor must be someone pretty special, I think.
This is the reason why he was so disgusted. He couldn't clap because he actually have eaten kids. He is enthusiastic that he couldn't even ask right questions. He couldn't even think right again. And this is typically what is happening in this world right now. Because of the cost of living crisis, people follow everything. People have lost common sense to know when to ask questions, the right questions to ask. They just follow. Let's watch the final clip before I conclude this video.
Any questions?
How old are the children, please?
Under sevens.
I have to ask this. Are you expecting any moral objection?
It's tested really, really well with our focus groups. It's so creamy, it just tastes better. You tasted some earlier.
Yes, yeah, a beautiful meat, but I didn't know what I was eating. Do we know how the children are now?
They actually recover quicker than adults.
And you're going to launch it imminently?
We actually have children on site right here, right now. Do you want to visit our junior donor department?
Actually, yes, I would. Yes, I think I would.
Would you like some toddler tartar?
No, I'll pass if that's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I had a sandwich. There's no doubt Good Harvest's new product line is a lot to choose.
So you see how they carried on eating without no care in the world. And at this point, he is beginning to ask questions when the deed is done. And even the question he is asking, he is not even asking a deep question. He is still at aloof. So this is exactly what it is when some policies are being brought on the table of these leaders. They really don't survey it well. They just roll it out, trial and error. It fails and they start reviewing it when it had already failed. So a lot is depicted in this satirical video. So this is the truth behind this human meat engineering at Boston, Lincolnshire, the Good Harvest. In conclusion, I would say, in as much as this is the best satirical video out there, I still think that it is somehow dangerous because, like I said, common sense is no longer common. Someone out there might start engineering some thinking in their head. Let me try this out. Let me try this out. Like I mentioned before, that someone that reviewed this video have no clue that this is a satire to depict what is happening in the country. And this is the same way some people will actually believe this is true and will be looking for human meat to actually try it out, thinking that it is a real thing. It is not a real thing. But do you know that anything can happen? The Bible did make mention of what will happen when people disobey him based on worshiping another god. You will see this in Deuteronomy 28 from verse 15 down to up to 58. You will see where God said that when his followers goes out of their way to disobey him, the curses that will follow them, and it includes people eating the meat of their children to survive and all that. You can go read it up. And also other Bible verses that got a pointer about this. But all in all, it is really a bad thing to eat human meat. And as a matter of fact, no, this is a hoax. It is not happening in the UK. It is just a way to depict the standard of living in the UK. And unfortunately, this is not just the case of UK. This standard of living crisis is happening in so many parts of the world. When they tell you reality TV shows, not all reality TV shows are reality. There is fake in reality and there is reality in reality. But you need to use common sense to be able to assess when an information is true, when it is satire, when it is fact, when it is fiction, and when it's pure reality, so that you will not be misguided in this world of over information age. If you haven't seen our other videos, especially the video I made about the 5 ways you can take to be able to adapt in recession without actually eating human meat, click this video up here and you will watch it. And also don't forget to watch other of our videos. And if you haven't seen the review I made last 2 weeks actually, of Temu, where I bought this lovely top that I am wearing, click this link also to watch it. Otherwise, this is where I will say thank you for watching today's review. I hope you like it. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it. The only way you can support this channel and make this video go more wider spread everywhere is by hitting the like button, subscribing, and tell me what you think at the comment section. So this is it for this week's review. One love. Bye. Remember, the human meat engineering processing plant is a hoax. It does not exist. All right, bye.